Eurythmics and Sweet Dreams on BBC Radio Oxford. It's 8 minutes past 11 right now. It's Friday, of course, and that means there are a load of brand new movies that come out today. And that's why every Friday I catch up with movie critic Van Connor to just chat through a couple of them that you might want to go and see. And considering we're under an amber extreme heat warning for heat and weather over the weekend, maybe you want to go to the cinema to, use the air conditioning and cool off, I guess. So Van Connor is back with us. Welcome back to the show, Van.
Pleasure as always, Mr. Bourne. Yeah, you can't beat the cinema AC, can you? This was the unbridled blessing of movie going.
It's exactly what you want to do this weekend, is go and see a movie to cool off. So in a moment, we are going to talk about Toy Story 5, which of course you have managed to see already. So I'm really keen to find out if that's any good, because let's face it, there aren't many movies that end up with 5 of them, 5 sequels, and they keep the quality, right? I'm sure you're going to name one now.
I mean, Fast and Furious got better from the 5th one. It's worth noting. I want to point that out.
That's true. Can't deny that. So our first movie this week is called Familiar Touch. This is sort of a bit of a heartbreaker, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a bit of a somber drama. This is the first film written and directed by Sarah Friedland. It stars Kathleen Chalfant as a woman in her 80s who's starting to cognitively deteriorate. She only has her middle-aged son, who's played by H. John Benjamin, or Archer, or Bob's Burgers to you and me.
Yeah.
Only he's the only one sort of supporting her, and he can't quite handle the load anymore. And it's come that time where he has to put her into a home, and it's from her perspective being put into in a perspective that she thinks is perfectly reasonable and normal, but starts to even herself recognize is deteriorating, and the relationship she forms along the way, and just generally how she just lives through this. So I've got a clip for you, and this is her discovering breakfast for the very first time.
Excuse me? Excuse me? You have a chip clip in your hair.
So?
It's for preserving chips.
Why are we discussing potato chips?
Oh, yeah, I can see where this movie is going to go. And I guess anybody who goes to see this who might have kind of dementia in the family of some sort, they're really going to connect with this movie, aren't they?
I think so. I think it's because it doesn't shy away from the son's perspective, even though he's a very minor character. I think it's wonderfully played by H. John Benjamin as well. It doesn't shy away from the sort of guilt factor that he feels in there as well, but also this just overwhelming, unbeaming love that he has. But Kathleen Chalfant in this, she is fantastic. Like, she's so perfectly cast, and she's very much a that guy from That Thing type actor, where you've seen her in a bunch of things, but you'd recognize her face, but you don't know her name, and she just gets this chance to absolutely own this, and I think she's tremendous. I really just love the writing of it, and if I could make one criticism of it, I think it's too short. Like, I wanted another 50, because I'm kind of settling into the story and sort of really starting to sort of like love this character, and the movie kind of ends, and I'm like, oh man, like I was actually genuinely disappointed that it ended. It's a lot less sensationalist to me. It's a lot more somber a drama than it sounds, but it really has its charm and its heart to it as well. Really great performances.
Sign of a good movie, I think, if you leave the theatre, the cinema, and you think, oh, I wish that was 20 minutes longer. I mean, that means it's a good movie, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, if you want to see it, Familiar Touch is what you're looking for. It's out this weekend, and it is available to watch at the Ultimate Picture Palace right now. Okay, on to our next movie, Toy Story 5. Of course, you'd have had to have been living under a rock to not know the premise of this one, and this is all to do with electronics, Van, isn't it?
It is. I want to point out to everyone, by the way, like Adam was sure to bring up, like, this was the first thing he asked me when he spoke to me this week, was how was Toy Story 5? So that's how excited he was. So the idea of this one is the toys, Woody, Buzz, Jessie, all of the remaining toys and all the ones they've collected along the way, now resident with a little girl named Bonnie, who's now about 9 or 10 years old. And at this stage, she wants to make friends with her peers, like children her own age, but they're all like into tablets, and they sort of shun her for being into toys. So Bonnie's Bonnie's parents get her what's effectively an Amazon Child's tablet called LilyPad because it looks like a frog. And it turns out that tech, it's specifically called tech. Tech functions a lot like toys, where tech is alive as well. And it can use its like functions as external things, like you can access the internet and things.
Wow.
And LilyPad is now sort of queen bee. The toys want their position back, and they want the best for Bonnie their way, and they go to war with tech. Meanwhile, Woody returns, and there's an army of sentient, smart Buzz Lightyears. Here's a clip of Woody returning.
I think
Woody returning to the toys.
I think we get the idea.
It's good to be back.
What?
Nothing. Love the poncho. Someone needs a brown marker.
Wow, look what Bonnie's done with the place. She really let things go.
Oh, my.
Oh,
I see Sammy got bigger.
that's Sammy number 2.
No.
I'll explain it. There was a Sammy number 1, and then he died.
Oh, Samuel.
Halt! Who goes there?
Whoa. Sorry. My name is Woody. I come in peace. Used to live here.
All right. It's been too long, cowboy.
Do you know, when I found out that they were kind of focusing this on tech, I mean, I just thought, the world's your oyster. There are so many options of things you could do with this. Are you saying that they've maximised that in this?
I think they've maximized it for better or worse. I think that, first of all, doing the tech thing from like a parent perspective, like an actual narrative story perspective, is a brilliant idea. Like, it's fantastic. And also, it gives us 2 really fun new characters out of it, in that you get Greta Lee as Lilypad, the sort of bad guy of the movie, and you get Conan O'Brien as Smarty Pants, a child's potty training toy. And he's absolutely insane in it. I love him. He's my favorite new character. Meanwhile, it's basically Jesse's movie. And the problem is that both in the Jesse story and with the introduction of the tech, you start introducing questions and complications and convolutions to what's always been otherwise quite simplistic enough kind of thematically series that really shouldn't be there, and really do overload the movie. It feels bloated as a result. And messy, and it's definitely the messiest of all the Toy Story movies, but I still think it has so much heart and soul to it, and gets the comedy and the feeling and the emotion right, that so gloriously animated as Pixar movies always are, that it still manages to turn out better than Toy Story 4, for instance. This feels a lot less like a cash-in, but at the same time so convoluted and overblown. So good time. I mean, I had some tears at the end. Obviously, it's a Pixar movie.
Yeah, they're good at that.
Yeah.
They're good at like really drawing the emotion, aren't they?
They are. They had me crying before like the end of the first 5 minutes of Up. I don't remember that movie. But Up, I was bawling. Oh God, Pixar! They destroy me every time.
Well, if I take my son, I'll be crying before we get into the theatre after buying the popcorn and the drinks, probably.
Sure, yeah.
I love the sound of this. Have they left room for a Toy Story 6 though, Van?
That would be spoiling it. I'm not going to say. I will say that all these stories tend to evolve these characters. That's kind of the brilliant thing of Toy Story. So the characters have evolved very much since the first movie. They continue to evolve by the end of this.
Oh, excellent. All right, on tenterhooks on that one. Well, if you want to watch Toy Story 5 in Oxfordshire cinemas this weekend, you can. It's pretty much being shown everywhere. You've got the Oxford Cinema and Cafe, Curzon and View in Oxford, View in Bicester, Cineworld Whitney and Didcot, Living Room Chippy, Regal Picture House in Henley and the Light in Banbury, all showing Toy Story 5, which I think will be an absolute perfect chance to occupy the grandkids and go and cool off. Right, Van, that's it for this week. What's big next week that we're going to talk about?
Supergirl, baby. I can't wait. Woman of Tomorrow. Bring it on.
Do you know, the last Supergirl I saw was in the 80s, and we've had a discussion about this. Who was it that played that Supergirl? I've totally forgotten.
That was Helen Slater in 1983, I believe.
That's it, and I must have seen it about 1986 or 1987 and loved it, but I've not seen one since. So this is going to be interesting. We'll see what Van thinks of the new Supergirl, same time next week. Have a lovely weekend, Van, all right?
Till the next time, good stuff.
Have a good one. Right, it is 11:17.